Hello everyone, today's video is going to be a collab video. I'm super excited for it. My first ever collab. And I'm coming with you barefaced because I'm going to do my whole face. I got 20 questions doing with Erica Conjure. I will put her channel link down below. And she is one of the two main people who really inspired me to make a channel. She's given me some tips regarding my channel and I really love and appreciate her content. Her looks are really pretty. She does a lot of multiple looks, one palette videos, and I will leave that link down below. We've wanted to do a collab for a little bit. I came up with the theme and it is regarding age. I am 22 years old. I am the age of her son and she is, of course, significantly older than me. And I figured it would be fun, since there's an age difference, to do an age-themed collab. We also have a palette in common that neither of us have used in a hot minute, and it is the Eloise The Queen palette. This used to be a go-to palette for me, and I just haven't used it in a long time. I also thought it would be fun for me to pick 3 shades for her and she to pick 3 shades for me. These are the 3 shades that I have to at least use these 3 shades. We have Throne, which is a dark, not dark, but it's like a shimmery purple. Majesty, which is a matte purple. And then Curtsy, it's more of a satin pink. Like, it has a sheen to it, but it's not as sparkly as Throne, and it's not as matte as Majesty. Since I'm doing my whole face, I might as well put my hair up so I do not get it in my face. And to show my age, I am wearing a Adventure Time cat t-shirt to show my age, so we gotta love it. I'm gonna be answering Erica's questions first because I think they're better. We'll just get right into it and hopefully this doesn't take too long. And I also didn't really think about any of these questions beforehand, so we'll just keep going with it. So the first 10 questions she did, and then the second 10 questions I did, or I came up with. Question number 1, what is a makeup trend that you think only certain age groups should do? And I think this follows up with another question of hers, but like, regardless of your age, you should just be able to do whatever makes you happy. And I don't keep up with the trends. I kind of do what I want to do. Like, I'm getting out of breath. I'm so excited. I don't really discriminate. Also, I'm breaking out a lot. Don't judge me at all. I don't think there is any makeup trend that only certain people should do. Honestly, a lot of the makeup trends that are popping up are kind of stupid, so I don't think anyone should do them. Who is someone in the celebrity world that you look up to that is older than me, and then hers is younger than her? I don't really watch very much like TVs. I don't follow celebrities, but in terms of like, what would I call it? Like an influencer type person, I follow quite a lot of older than me content creators because they're just more realistic. So I don't really have a celebrity, and that's kind of BSing the question, but I don't really follow celebrities, and I don't look up to many of them or any of them to begin with because I don't really know who these people really are. What is a common stereotype that you have to deal with based on your age? A lack of work ethic. When I started Walmart, I used to work at Walmart in high school and through college. I started Walmart when I was 17. They thought because of my work ethic, I was like the people in my like department, they thought I was in my early 20s, married, and already had a kid. And I'm underpainting with this blush, so don't go crazy. And then like based on my age, my name is Kay. That's not short for anything, it's just K-A-Y, that's it. It's an older fashion name, so like when I started my first job out of college, When my supervisor was told my name, she was worried that I would have been an older person not able to like operate computers. There would have been an extra thing for them to work around. I think lack of work ethic, a lot of people likes to give us a lot of flack for it, and we have work ethic. It's just that there's nothing to work towards. But I have very, very good work ethic. I shall say so myself. Do you think it's difficult to relate to people that aren't in your age group? I think it's harder for me to relate to people who actually are in my age group. Like working at Walmart, you have a lot of college kids, you had a lot of high school kids, especially when I worked, you know, afternoons and everything. And I couldn't relate to them. After work, they would go to parties or they'd go do kids stuff, and I wasn't that sort of person. They would do activities that I wasn't doing, or, you know, they just thought things were funny that I didn't think were funny, or things of that nature. So I found it very difficult for me to actually align with kids that are my age. And I might also bring up that my mom is older. She had me when she was older, and yes, I'm 22 years old, but she's technically in the boomer category, the boomer generation. I was raised like in an older presence. My cousins are in their 30s and 40s. Like I was always around quite older people, and I think maybe that's why I can't really not get along, because I can get along with them, I just don't resonate with them. What do you think is the best thing about your generation? The free-for-all, although I don't really have that mentality, but I know a lot of them do. But I think we, as a whole, want change. Just change in general. We want change. And like we fight for it. Not always in the most positive way, but we do fight for it. If you hear any noises, my one neighbor is moving and they're putting a lot of stuff in a dumpster, and then if you hear my dog barking, that's why. I think the go get them, whoa. Good thing this is just a sleep shirt. Morals and an expectation of ethics and stuff like that, and we kind of like don't break down until we get it, so to say. And then that also means that like we're not gonna stay at a job for, you know, 40 years. My mom started her first job at 18 and she was there for 40 years and she just left not too long ago. We don't stick around if it's not benefiting us. We're not gonna downgrade ourselves to fit a mold of someone else. What do you think is the worst thing about your generation? I think we go too far with certain things. I'm thinking about all those like protests at colleges and stuff. Yes, it's good to fight for what you believe in, but when we're going to the extent of damaging things, hurting things, like I don't think that's appropriate. And then back to the I don't really fit in with the other people in my age group. Like I think they're just a little too extra. We grew up with preteen, like high school drama type shows, and they kind of translate it into their real life, and I don't really want to be a part of that. I think there's a lot of things that I don't necessarily like. A lot of their attitudes are pretty poor. You need a balance, and sometimes I don't think we have the balance, and I think that's why there's a lot of other people or generations that really flack us for it. We don't really have, I don't want to say we don't have control. Sometimes we don't know when to stop. What is something you miss the most about your childhood? Not worrying, and I cannot speak for my mom, but when myself, my sister, and a bunch of kids around the neighborhood were just running around town, I don't think she was scared for our well-being. The only thing we lived in a town. The only thing I don't think we were allowed to do was pass the main street, and that was primarily because of the vehicles. But other than that, I don't think they really cared where we went, as long as we came home. When the sky went dark. And I think that's what I miss about my childhood, is the freedom of going out and not being like petrified of, you know, like as an adult, I do not like going anywhere alone. I do not enjoy it. I don't like being home alone. I don't like I feel uncomfortable going to a store alone. I really, like, it's bad enough I have to go to work alone, but I can't really drag someone else with me. So I think that's the thing I miss the most about my childhood. You know, the freedom of going places, doing things, and you also met people and you weren't feeling like, oh my God, are they gonna, you know, do something to me, and like that was never like a conversation. Like, yes, stranger danger was a conversation back then, but it wasn't anything near what it is like now. I feel very, very sorry for anyone who has children. You have to fear that something bad's gonna happen to them. Do you think people should alter their makeup looks as they age to be more age appropriate? No. Well, makeup looks, no. Techniques, yes. When you get older, you're gonna have to do different techniques than someone who is younger, because your skin is different. As you get older, things drag downward, so you gotta like compensate for it. But as a total look, like bright colorful eyeshadow, Erica rocks it. Bright color eyeshadow, I rock it. Like, it's one of those things, like the general consensus you can definitely achieve. I think it's just the techniques to get there have to be different. Just because of your face, your skin, the same products that will work on me aren't necessarily gonna work on someone else who's older. You got different skin concerns, you got a different look you want to achieve. So yes and no. Techniques, I think you gotta change. But age is just a number, and I think some people need to remember that. What is something you feel the most proud of about your current age? Like I said, I'm 22, and we bought our house. My fiance was 22, I was 21, like right on the bridge. And I'm very, very proud of what we were able to accomplish. A lot of people our age, or people in general, can't afford to buy a home. And I'm very, very proud of both of us that we have a home. We bought our home. Obviously not outright, but we were able to buy a home. And a lot of people can't say the same. Another thing is, like, my car's paid off. It's called discipline, and that's another thing I don't think my age group has. I honestly think we do not have discipline as a whole. To an extent, I feel like a lot of kids my age are expected things, and if you want things that you want, then you gotta have discipline. My car is paid off. More than 3/4 of my student loans are paid off. My last semester of college, I think I paid it all, like, outright. I did not have, and like I didn't have parental help either. Like, they didn't pay anything in my college. They didn't they didn't buy my first car. I think my generation just gets handed stuff, or they're expected to get handed stuff, and that's just not how the world works. And I'm not faulting the people who do give their kids things. I think we lack discipline as a whole, and that shows negatively to others. But I'm very proud of my house, very proud that I paid off my car. Like, I don't have thousands of dollars of credit card debt. It's one of those things, you need discipline to get the things that you want, and I'm not trying to like show off or anything. That's just how it is. How often do you wish you were a different age, or are you satisfied with the age you are now? I wouldn't, because because I don't know what the future holds. As you get older, you have different challenges. I would say where I'm at right now, there's quite a lot of, I don't want to say freedom, but it's easier to do something new, and I'm not one for change at all. I don't enjoy change, but if I need it to be happier, then I will do it. It's easier for people my age to change jobs. It's like change career jobs, to, you know, go back to school. It's not weird for me to go back to school and, you know, do something totally different. I don't know if I want to wish upon a different age. I really don't think I would, to be honest. What is the best age to be in your opinion? I have much more selective, because I have to be more selective because I have less options, because she has like double the life of me. And so there's ages I never know what they're gonna be like because I haven't experienced them. But the best age, I don't know. And I even made up this question. I don't know what the best age would be. If I could go back in time, I would probably choose middle of high school, like junior year, like leaving sophomore going to junior. I would change certain aspects in terms of friends, expectations, things that would have helped me later, like career-wise, things of that nature. I don't think there would be a best age. I don't know, maybe a newborn. You don't have to do nothing but sit there and be pretty. And can they really be mad at you because you're just a baby? I think that is that purple is really pretty. I think that's kind of a cop-out. What is one piece of advice to someone who is older than me, for me, or for someone younger than you, for Erica? I would say my advice to give to someone older is be a little more open-minded. Also, do not be afraid to press buttons. Working where I work, my office, everybody, damn near everybody is double my age. You just need to press buttons. You don't know what you're doing, press buttons, click things until you get what you want. That is the way you learn. And it makes me so mad. Like, they're so scared to press buttons, and I go and help them. That's literally all I do. I sit and I press buttons till I get what I want or what they want. But yes, press buttons. You can't break it. Everything can be reversed. I work in banking. You can't really mess it up that bad. Someone can fix it. And if you can mess up in banking, I think you can mess up in other aspects too. Do you think you look your age, and do others think you look your age? Like I said with that Walmart story, I think my entire life people have thought I have looked older than what I am. And I don't know why that is, but they just have thought that I look older. Do I look 22? I want to know. I want to know your opinion. I think as I've gotten older, the age game has gotten more accurate. They'll say, yeah, you're in your really early 20s. I'll be like, yeah, I'm 20, 21, 22. And I think as I've gotten older, it's gotten more accurate as a whole. And I don't mind looking older or younger. It doesn't really matter to me. Do I think I look my age? It's hard to say because you see what people in middle school look like. Like when I was in middle school, you could tell they were in middle school. Now you look at these middle schoolers and you're like, what the hell is going on? Like, these people look so old. Not old in a bad way, but they look much older immature than what they were, like what they actually are. Should have just put this pink on the lower lash line. I wanted to like blend it in with that purple. What are we thinking? This is that curtsy shade. I have nowhere to go. And I got nobody to impress, so. Maybe the first time I slapped stuff on my eyelid and just kept on going. What do you look forward to when you're older? Good things to look forward to. I would say, I would say growth. I would love to know where I'd be at in however many years in terms of like personality, personal growth, or like financial growth. Career growth. I would love to know. And that's what I'm looking forward to, is the growth. You grow as a person. And I would love to know what my personal growth is. And life always sends you a curveball when you least expect it. And that's for growth. You grow because of the situations you're brought up in. Good and bad. Do you have any friends significantly older or younger than you, and how did you meet? In every job situation I've ever had, I am always like best friends with someone who's older. Since my mom is like the baby in her family, like her brothers and sisters, she's the baby, and she is 61. You know, all my aunt and uncles, they're also older. So in Walmart, my bestest friend name is Cindy. She's like in her mid-60s. I love and adore that lady. I call her more often than I probably should. And I haven't called many people lately, but I call her way often, more than I should. But I got Cindy. She's a sweetheart, and I love and adore her. And like, even though I don't work at Walmart anymore, we still go out and like get breakfast or get lunch or get ice cream, or I go to her house and I pet her dog and we just chit chat, things like that. My current job, I would say like my best friend there, her name's Robin. Also lots of advice, and I do take it. I take any advice and I run. I gotta learn some way, somehow. But she's lovely. And I feel like I have like a mother-daughter bond to these older ladies, because my mom is older and I resonate more with the older folks. I am sitting on the couch now, but I just want to pop in here and say my other bestest friend at my work right now, I just completely forgot while I was filming the video earlier. Her name's Amanda, and she is like my sister. I mean, granted, she's like 20 years older than me, almost, but she's like my sister, and I love and adore her. She might watch this video and she might text me and be like, hey, why am I not included in the video? You're my bestie and I love you. Or like I see them as an aunt, or I guess I'm weird in that regard. Both throne and curtsy on the lower lash line looks really pretty. What items in your possession gain value as they get older? It's up there. It's behind the stuffed animals because I don't want it to break. But when I moved into this house and I had like a housewarming party, my uncle gave me an oil lamp. And if you don't know what an oil lamp is, this is a picture of the exact oil lamp that I have. It's been passed down through the family, and as it gets older and it gets more delicate, it means more. And It just looks really pretty. And I don't have it out because I'm like petrified that like my dog or my cat's gonna knock it and it's gonna like be broken. But I will put a picture of the exact one, but it's behind all this stuff because I don't want it to break. How have you noticed yourself change as you get older? Confidence. I have significantly more confidence now than I ever did before. I have wanted to start a YouTube channel for years. Since I was like middle school. I'm out of college. Like you just get a sense of confidence. I've worked in retail and like customer service. You gotta put your shoes aside and you gotta gain confidence and be confident with what you're talking about. I want to hit pan in this freaking bronzer so bad. That's not a pan, that's a little speck of highlighter. But just do a little bit on the cheekies and the bottom, and you blend her out. But yes, confidence. You can ask anybody in my family. My confidence has grown significantly from when I was younger, and I was petrified to do everything. And I'm still scared to do stuff, but when you're doing things that scare you, you grow. And I think sometimes I purposely put myself into situations where I do grow. Do people actually get wiser as they get older? Why or why not? Yes and no. You get stuck in your ways as you get older and those ways change. I don't think older people understand the extent of the world we live in because they're seeing it through a different lens. It is very difficult for like people my age get by. I think the statistic is, and I'll write it on the screen if I'm wrong, but like, isn't it like more than half of people who are at least 25 still live at home? Like there's a lot of people who just can't survive. And you kind of have to depend on a roommate or like a significant other to live like on your own. In terms of the world and how it's working and how it's changing and evolving, I'd say no. They do know like general life stuff a lot more because they had lived through more and they've had more time to experience, learn, and grow. What was a challenge you faced in your younger teen years? Younger teen years were not good years in terms of, like I said, my self-confidence has always been really bad. And like friendships and stuff have always been kind of rocky, more or less hiding depression and hiding so people don't notice, so you're not a problem. Hiding depression, hiding anxiety, so it's less likely for other people to know what's going on. I think that was the biggest problem because people my age struggle silently all the time, and I've struggled for years, and recently have gone to the doctor about said depression, anxiety issues, and like I do not have the money to go to therapy. Trust me, your girl needs it, but like I'm taking medicine and I'm like trying to help myself in that way. We're gonna see how well I can do eyeliner on camera. Last question, what is a challenge you have faced as an adult? Oh dear lordy. As an adult, I would say how expensive everything is. Like just going to the grocery store, even like on a light week, like we have stuff, we just need to fill in the gaps, it's like $70. Like things are just so expensive. My house, I would say we got a really good deal on. Like we didn't know the people. It was not so good situation from what I gathered for them. but my house was relatively inexpensive in terms of what's around. This wing is huge. Now I gotta compensate the other side. Guess it'll have to do. But yeah, as an adult, and I haven't been an adult for that long, you know, in comparison to others, but just how expensive everything is. I'm gonna put my mascara on, do everything else, and I will be back for my outro. This is the finished look with the eyes and the face. I did get a little mascara like on my skin, so hopefully that's not very noticeable. That was the look with the Eloise the Queen palette. I do really like this palette. It's just, I just haven't used it in a minute. She was thinking of getting rid of, like, taking it out of her collection, and maybe she will reconsider that thought after using it. I think it's still nice. I got this in a BoxyCharm many moons ago, but this is the finished look. Again, I will have Erica's channel linked down below. Please watch her videos, all of them. I've been binge watching ever since I found her channel. If you came from Erica's channel, thank you for coming. Like, comment, and subscribe for more fun content. I will see you guys next time.